We don't have something against illegal immigrants.
Welcome to the channel. Let's talk the latest from this ongoing conflict between South Africans and other immigrants here in the country. So the Zimbabwean Human Rights Commission has turned to South Africa's public protector. South Africa must just annex some of these countries or take over some of their land, because at this point they are giving South Africa too much responsibility. More action in South Africa. Go Ningi. This side we have white people coming for black South Africans, calling them incompetent, and all because of, guess who? The ANC, and of course the links to corruption. But on the other hand, we also have our neighboring countries that are illegally in South Africa, and South Africans, clever blacks, who are rubbishing the outcries of some South Africans in terms of the influx and the results from that influx. But let's take a look at the sentiments around this. Yay, Siagoa is South Africa right now. Which one should we fight first? Each one of these issues that have been raised are all valid. What are your thoughts? What is the way forward? Let's take a look.
We need to deal with the root cause of these problems, which is the immigration problem in South Africa, which has been caused by the crisis that has been ongoing in Zimbabwe for the past 20 years.
The Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission also plays the role of a public protector. It is now speaking to the public protector to come up with the solutions that work for all.
We also have Zimbabweans who are in South Africa who are irregular immigrants, some of them, but some of them are regular, also are regular migrants.
The Commission acknowledges fixing the problem at the source is the best solution.
On the Zimbabwean side as well, there's need for us continuing to do our work regarding efficiency to increase and improve and ensure that there is efficient health care service delivery, so that there are less Zimbabweans who would want to cross the border to get public health services from South Africa.
Health experts say the two countries should work together to ensure access to health care.
There has to be cooperation or collaboration between governments when it comes to giving health services to people who are across the borders, and in particular those who are within their own country.
But last week, Justice Minister Ziambi said government will not pay for the medical bills of its citizens in South Africa.
Ramaphosa is not a better president than Mnangagwa. Yabona Mnangagwa is a far better president than Ramaphosa. Ma ukuthi liphikisana lami. Ngiyayazi ukuthi lizophikisana lami la kuma comment section ngoba mina ngiyiZimbabwean, ngiphume eZimbabwe. Ukuthi ngiphume eZimbabwe doesn't mean ukuthi angazi oku right nokulungile nokungalunganga, oku right nokurongo.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about Zimbabwe needing to apologize to South Africa. It's time to let go of that empty pride and apologize to South Africa. You stole a lot from this land and you are still doing it even now. You stole our spirituality through the things that were stolen. You want South Africa to give you wealth, health, and comfortable life, and yet you give South African people pain, tears, deaths, and emotional rage. Are you okay mentally? Ever since you came to South Africa, life has changed drastically. There are spiritual things that were sacred that you stole in the vendor land. You have churches on our land. Your churches are standing on top of people's body parts. Our beloved Moretele Park River in Mamelodi is now closed, all because of the body parts that were discovered in your so-called churches. You kill South Africans every day. South Africa doesn't owe you anything. You are cowards. You don't face your problems head on. Your former leader had you all on his grip. You were all afraid of him, all afraid to even mention his name. Be warned. South Africans, it's now time for your justice. Justice will be prevailed. All of you who have been wronged by all of the Zimbabweans who have done all the bad things that they've done to this land, they are all going to pay. You will get your justice. I'm just a messenger. Thank you. You knew how heartless he was towards all of you. Most of you inherited his evil ways, and you are performing it on the wrong land. You will keep on having those car or bus accidents on this land that you keep on wronging. Your time is up now. You will all pay for all the things that you are doing on this land. You will all learn how to fight your own battles in your own land. Your time is up now.
We don't have an immigration problem in South Africa. That's a lie. That is a lie. There are no immigrants that are taking South African jobs. That is a fact. And you know that. You can go on Indeed right now, CareerJet, PNet, go to LinkedIn. Any website that requires that provides jobs, or any recruitment website. One thing that's going to be constant is that the requirement is always going to be you must have a valid South African ID. I've never been served by a teller from Congo or a teller from anywhere. There's no immigrants that work at ShopRite. The only industries that the immigrants occupy here in South Africa are industries that South Africans themselves don't occupy. And you don't even need a matric for most of them. You can just apply in 60-60. You don't even necessarily have to go through an interview. These are the industries that you'll find a lot of foreigners in here in South Africa. But when it comes to corporate, I've never, honestly speaking, I've only ever worked once with foreign nationals here in South Africa. And that's when I managed a department that was French speaking. And these were my brothers and sisters who are from either Congo or who are from Cameroon. But it's a lie that we have an immigration problem here in South Africa. We don't have an immigration problem. We have a politicians who use that as a scapegoat to garner votes. One of the biggest vulnerable communities are always the immigrants. The only reason why you feel immigration is a problem is because politicians keep echoing that filth and lie. Your brothers and sisters from Africa are not the problem. In fact, I would agree with immigration being a problem if we went to OR Tambo. That's where the immigration is a problem. The people who come into this country with suits and briefcases from all over the world, that's where the problem is. Those are the immigrants that are dangerous because they take away the jobs. They plunder our resources. It's the people who fly in and form China malls here in South Africa. Those are the immigrants that have the biggest impacts, not the ones that come in through the border gates. The immigrants that fly in and plunder our resources, our gold, our platinum, every single one of our natural resources. Those are the dangerous immigrants.
It's nice to sit on the internet and do videos of something you have absolutely no experience of because, you want to trend, right? You want to sound right. You want to sound politically correct. But now you tell me, if you're such a good guy, if you're such an amazing person, why don't you take all these illegal immigrants, or maybe 5 or 4 or 3 of them, bring them to your house, you don't know them, and live with them, right? But because I mean, everyone is xenophobic. You are Mr. Nice Guy. Right. Now, on top of that, we've had schools where children who are South Africans are not able to access schools because there are plenty of illegal immigrants that are in the country. But of course, everyone is poor. So why should South Africans get access to schools when we are supposed to be thinking about the rest of Africa, my guy? That's what you're saying, right? It's funny because people like you who want to be all smart and woke and whatever hardly ever consider the flip side of the coin. It's always about your beliefs and your thoughts. You know why? Because these poor people that you're advocating for don't even care about South Africans. They're here to make a business or do whatever that they want. But you are here on the internet because anyone on the internet can come and record without even having a single bit of experience about something. I'm not here for the internet here. We are here to change South Africa because there are people in South Africa with real stories, not internet things that you will hype for 5 minutes. Come to the real world. Come to the real world.
Well, there you have it, sentiments coming in there. South Africa is going through a whole lot of pushback. White people are pushing back. They want independence. They want authority power back. And on the other side, while they are still dealing with that pushback, then there is also a domination of illegal immigrants taking up jobs. Guys, these jobs are being taken up. We have seen the raids where they have hundreds of people being caught in these working environments where they are illegal immigrants. Now, there is that story that no, it shouldn't be a worry for South Africans, just jobs that we don't want. That is definitely not true, because if those jobs were open for South Africans to take up, there are people who have never worked in their whole life here in South Africa because of the fact that they do not offer a low enough rate. Now, on the conversation of why is it always that the pushback is against other black, Africans, and it is never against white South Africans. Look, there has always been a pushback against white. That is why there are laws right now that have been set up so that there is a fair distribution of work even in the industries, right? That was a pushback. It happened a while ago. It is done. Now there is a new threat. Hence, it is getting attention of the people who are feeling it. Now you compare the illegal immigrants that are African versus those that are white. Do you see white bombarding public hospitals? Do you see them bombarding education facilities that are public? Do you see them taking up jobs in the same areas that were dominated by black people before? No, hence there is no friction. Do you see them in the communities where black people are? No, you don't see them. Why? That's because their numbers are not the same as those of illegal immigrants from African countries. That's the first point. That's just it. And you have also seen Chinese being rounded up for illegal operations in South Africa. So this thing of being selective and trying to put black and white discussion, I think those that are maybe concerned about how white immigrants are being treated in South Africa, they can take up that activism and run with it, so that Dudula can run with the one that affects them the most. That's how it usually goes. Now let's talk about all of the other comments down below. We've seen the videos, very thought-provoking. Let me know what your sentiments are down below. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next video.